In this video, we'll demonstrate laying out a part and using a different feed rate for some small holes. So the first thing we're going to do is File, Import Drawing, bring the part into our project here. And it's going to be this part right here. Okay, so we're going to just go into nesting real quick and just move it away from the edge. Now select the S, Edit Start Points. We're going to create operations, but first we want to, we're going to turn the torch height control off for these small holes and reduce the feed rate somewhat. So we know our feed rate for the outer contour is going to be right about 90 inches a minute. We want our feed rate for the holes to be about 25. So we're going to hit the V down at the bottom. We're going to set these variables right here. We're going to set THC on equals 0. But then we want to turn it back. We want to turn it back on again. A 0 turns it off, 1 turns it back on. And then we also want to set our cut speed. So we'll set our cut speed equals 25. And then we're going to set our cut speed equals 0. By setting it to 0, it reverts back to what is entered on the machine for a cut speed. Okay, so now we have all our variables set, so we're just going to go ahead and create the contours. So you notice we have two layers. We have layer 1, which is the holes, layer 2, which is the outside contour. Okay, so we're going to put an operation on layer 1 first. Going to hit this button that looks like a matchstick. And we're going to tell it to do an inside offset there on the number 1 layer. And our kerf on this is going to be about 0.05. We're going to use some overcut, about 1/8 of an inch. We'll use a perpendicular lead in of say 0.1 and a lead out of the same dimension as our kerf width, which is 0.05, and our lead out is going to be an arc. Okay, so here we have our lead in roughly the center of this small hole. We have our lead out right here. If we turn arrows off, it's easier to see. So there's our lead in and there's our lead out. You can see it on the larger hole as well. Okay, so now we're going to do a tool path on the outer layer. So we're going to do an outer or an outside offset on the number 2 layer. Same kerf, same overcut. This time we're going to use an arc lead, and we'll make it about 1 inch in length. There we go. So remember we're in Edit Start Point. I want to move this lead, so remember to do that we have to select the operation first. And we'll put that lead right there. Okay, now we can take and move this part down a little bit closer to the edge. So we'll go into nesting mode to do that. Press the X up here. Okay, now we want to move these around because everything happens in the operation windows or in the operation window as it appears. So we want to first set our torch height control off. Then we want to set our cut speed to 25. Then we want to cut our inside offset, the holes. Okay, and then we want to set our torch height control back to on. THC on equals 1. Set our cut speed to 0, which again will make it default to whatever's entered on the machine. Then we cut our outer offset. So everything happens here in the order it appears. Very important, or your programs won't run correctly. Okay, now we have everything just like we want it. We're going to hit the green P over here. This runs our post processor. And this is our G code right here. And that's it. That's now we would go out to the machine and we would open this code out on the machine and run this part. And we'll see you in the next video.